Hello, folks. I'm Eric Tenkar. This is Tavern Chat, the vidcast, the podcast, the cast. Today is April 1st, 2021, and I am not doing a joke cast. I'm sorry. I don't have it in me. If you want to go catch joke, I think Dungeon Fog has a joke going on their website, and Enworld has a couple of funny, ha press releases like brand new D&D conferencing game from Wizards of the Coast, new acquisition modus RPG. Sure. Chaosium taking Bronze Age authenticity to the next level. Chaosium announces clay tablet cuneiform edition of RuneQuest RPG. Here's the problem when it comes to these jokes, all right? And they're not funny. Okay, I understand there's an attempt to be funny. It's just simply not fucking funny. That is what it is. I can't help you with the funny. And I know I've probably done April Fool shit in the past. I can't do it this year, man. I can't. However, it got me thinking. And Dragon Magazine used to do funny, haha, April Fool stuff on occasion. And I remember the Jocks class. And I got my sister. Now, I was probably 14, 15, so Nat was 10, 11. I got her to roll up a jock, a dwarven jock named Claudian. And that was the first time I used an NPC class as a PC. Because the whole thing with NPC classes is that these are not meant to be used by players, which of course meant that you wanted to fucking use it by players. Now, if you want to go, Dragon's Foot has a list of NPC character classes. And some of them I don't remember, probably because I didn't have the original issues. Accountant from Joe class from issue 48. A bureaucrat, which is a semi-Joe class from issue 74, which I'm sure I have. What are the other Joe class? Hopeless from issue 96. Don't remember it. Not like I remember the Jock. I said Jock issue 72. So politician, semi-Joe class from 74. But here's the thing. All these classes were always not meant for use by player characters. These are NPCs only. And why is that? Because they weren't really play tested. Now, we found out years later that things like the complete handbooks for 2E were never fucking play tested. So all that shit should have been non-player character only. I remember the Anti-Paladin. I think I first saw it in Best of the Dragon, Volume 2. The Anti-Paladin was the class that, never going to get used in my campaign. However, made you think, right? I mean, was it viable? Sure. Now, the Bard class from issue 56, and I think that's the first, I think I picked up 56, I forget where. And then I got Best of the Dragon Volume 3. Issue 56, again, a quote, NPC character class was a better treatment of the Bard class than what you were getting in the Player's Handbook. It was viable. I still thought on some level that it was a bit overpowered because although I had a D6 for hit points, I believe it fought with the fighter's advancement chart. They went up, second edition, they took it to a whole new direction, but it was a viable class, which a lot of times bards just you couldn't get into. They weren't viable. But there's a huge history of adding extra classes. I mean, the Duelist. I remember the Duelist. I remember players wanting to use the Duelist. You had to figure out how these things would fit. And that's the other problem, too. A lot of these NPC classes kind of had a niche, and the niche wasn't large. Like a merchant, viable as an NPC class. Is it really viable for a PC? Same thing for a mariner, right? But a scout. Well, that could work. Scribe? Probably not. Again, NPC class. Shaman? It could work. So why was this again? How come Dragon never said, "Hey, here's a new player character class"? Because Dragon Magazine was not there to give you official information or official rules. A lot of time was alternate rules. And if they said this is a PC class, some jackass in your group they go, "It was in Dragon Magazine issue 99, and it's official. So I want to play the new, I don't know, Butthole Surfer class." No, but some of the classes were viable. Now, for us today, in today's creative community, you can find variant classes on drive-thru, right? James Spahn, I think his initial call to fame in the OSR, what got him noticed was the alternate classes that he was doing for Labyrinth Lord. And they were well thought out and they were well balanced. And I know, James, I should ask him, were these things play tested? I doubt that they were all play tested because really, there were just way too fucking many of them to play test. But I suspect the vast majority would work because we have all these years now of gaming behind us, behind the community, behind the creativity. We can get an idea of what works and what doesn't work, at least with old school gaming. I think if you were going to do alternate classes for 5th edition, Pathfinder, there's a lot more design work going into it. Even I spent some time designing classes. This is years ago. One of my first published works, which I'm not sure if it was Occult Moon or Dead Rat Publishing. Demi classes. I had classes for halflings. So it was kind of the Adventurer, Conqueror, King system method of taking classes that are iconic classes and giving them a demi-human twist. So you have your version of a dwarven cleric or whatever. And the idea was that this was going to be done for halflings, for dwarves, for elves, for swords and wizardry. And I liked the idea, and I may revisit it someday. I probably have to rework all that stuff because although I believe it was all OGL, I have found some of the files that I was working on, but I don't have the actual final releases of it. I don't know if any of you out there have a copy of the Demi Halflings or Demi Classes. I'd love to get a view of the final. I just realized that I can't find that on drive-thru. So. But I think that there's just a love of the creativity of alternate classes as players, as GMs. I know people like Rob Conley and Jim Shorts, and I know with him in his home campaign, there were like cleric subclasses to make things fit the setting. And I know with Rob and Rob's latest Swords and Wizardry inspired release of a rule set, at least the Majestic, he has tweaks on the classes. And I think the class tweaks are something that we've always liked to do. It's always been in our gaming DNA to make this stuff fit us better. So just a little thoughts here for April 1st. So it wouldn't be a joke cast. By the way, the chair is still here, but I just put a black covering over it, and now it doesn't fade in and fade out. It looks so much better. The virtual screen looks like a virtual screen now. It looks like you're in a bar without the fading. So there you go. Folks, if you enjoy this cast, please, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment. We have picked up a huge number of subscribers in the last month. I think doing the cast initially on YouTube and then converting into the podcast is a huge part of that. But I gotta say, I love the support. My fellow casters, Bad Mike, Glenn Hallstrom, Joe the lawyer, they are just like me, very happy and ecstatic to get the support from the community. So please get the word out. We're here for you. Folks, if you want to leave a message and you're listening on Anchor, obviously you can use the Anchor app. Otherwise, 347-509-5168. That is the Google number. And if you want to leave a message, you don't want to share, just say, don't share this shit, and I won't share this shit. We're still in the midst of the world of COVID, right? Please take actions to protect yourself, your family, your friends, your loved ones. All right? Common sense. That's all I'm asking. Common sense. Be safe, be well. God bless. Knock on wood. I'll be back again tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow I believe is Glenn Hallstrom and myself with our every other Friday podcast, vidcast, Dungeons, Dragons, and Discourse. And tonight, if you are around on the Tenkar's Tavern Discord server, Thursday nights, 9 p.m. until about 11 p.m., we do a general hangout. Everybody's welcome to participate. Everybody's welcome to lurk and not participate. Just listen. Whatever you want to do. The more the merrier. We always enjoy having you. All right, folks. On that note, I'm out of here. Later.